Javier.
Thank you very much for having us here in Indianapolis. I mean, what a better place to be to try. I mean, like, it's not a race car officially, but it's like really close, and you are responsible to bring that to the public, right?
Yeah, well, the vehicle dynamics on the car, you know, one thing I try and do we try and do in all the SRT products is to have the biggest ride handling envelope. And one of the key enablers for that is the adaptive shock absorbers, the Bilstein adaptive shock absorbers. So they can be soft when they need to be soft. They can be firm when they need to be firm. They're not using magnetic MR fluid viscosity. We actually literally have 2 shocks on each corner. The main shock is the firm valve.
On each corner.
Yeah, the main shock is the firm valve, and this canister that's mounted on the side of the shock is the soft valve. And there's an electronically controlled solenoid that switches between them. It can switch in 35 milliseconds. So we tune the soft valve to be very soft, and the car would be floaty if you locked it in soft. But there's accelerometers on the body, and when it senses the body heaving and pitching, it'll dither in a little bit of firm valving and catch the car. So you can have a really good ride without having that kind of floaty, sickening feel. And then in sport mode, we put them in firm rebound, and then in track mode, we're running on the main, you know, Bilstein shock absorber, which has plenty of damping, and it's designed to work at the track to maximize grip.
So we're driving in the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Widebody. But first, let's talk about the Hellcat. It's been a huge success. I mean, you launched it almost 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, three years ago, but this is an 18, so this will be 4 years of. This will be the 4th year, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
And it's been a huge success. More than 26,000 units sold, I understand. And now you added the Widebody. Why was that? What was the reason behind that?
Well, the Demon, wanting to put the drag radials on it gave us the opportunity to take those flares and put them on the regular Hellcat and do a new tire. We actually have a 4-season and a 3-season tire from Pirelli. That's 305 3520, and you know, tires are like computers. Tires get better every year, you know. And so if I can get new tires, technology's always moving. So it's a huge advantage to just be able. I'm always excited as a dynamics guy to get new tires, and we got a chance to open up the box and go after the tires on this car. So not only are they bigger, it's the new Pirelli P0 tread pattern you're going to start seeing coming out. Again, new compounds, construction specifically designed for the vehicle, and we picked up a fair amount of grip. We were up to 0.97 G on the skid pad, and it's still a normal tire. This isn't a race tire, right? Okay. That's not going to work if it's cold outside or something. And then and have decent wear. And then we're going 2 seconds faster per lap on a 2-mile track, which is significant.
It's amazing. And we drove the car from. I mean, there was a long loop, not directly, but we drove it from Indianapolis Motor Speedway to here to Lucas Raceway. And actually, when you go on the street mode, the car is like so comfortable to drive, and it's 707 horsepower. Still, you can enjoy like a very leisurely drive. I mean, you don't feel that you are in a race car like this.
Well, you know, I think we're channeling the old original muscle cars, which weren't race cars from the factory. You run them on a drag strip, you could put them on the track. Yeah. But a muscle car is a fun car that you can drive every day if you want to drive it every day, and just enjoy the vehicle. It's perfectly reasonable to drive every day. You just gotta, you know, use your brain before you put that hammer down all the way.
A little bit, yeah.
And it's the car is very linear. It's very easy to drive. You've just got to have some self-restraint with the throttle.
So in these times where like most of the industry is going hybrid, electric, efficient, and all that, why is Dodge doing this?
As Tim said, the passenger car market is declining overall, but we're selling more Challengers and more Chargers than we ever have. And I think embracing what this car is. You know, it's a visceral car. It's beautiful to look at. It's not just a transportation device. And you know, I can get 22 miles to the gallon in a Hellcat on the freeway, and gas is still pretty cheap, right? And I can get 25 in a Scat Pack. So that's just amazing on a car that goes, you know, even the Scat Pack goes almost 180 miles an hour and runs 12 seconds in the quarter mile. That's just an amazing amount of performance combined with everyday usability.
So all the economic factors out there in the market and all that, but also I guess like the new technologies, the new ways to implement race technology into a car, a production car, I guess that has facilitated that to be able to produce this car, right?
Sure. All those things we do in racing and getting to know the car well. You know, we've been on the Demon, we've been you know, racing drag pack challengers for quite a while. And, you know, they have even more supercharged drag pack, which is not a street legal car, and they're significantly light, you know, but I mean, those are 1,100 horsepower, right? So the Demon is kind of a bridge in between the Hellcat
840
and the drag pack. Yeah, the 840, but it really is designed to be a drag racing car and feel like it. This wide body again is a different flavor. It's also not limited production. We're going to keep making these. You can still get it with a manual transmission.
I drove that one, which also was really easy to drive. I mean, like, because some of the in this kind of power range, and you will expect to be like a hard thing to do, but actually it was pretty easy too.
And it's the Viper transmission.
Yeah.
But we, you know, the automatic is faster accelerating. You got 8 gears, you got a torque converter. If I were racing the car, I would want an automatic transmission to win. But when I'm driving the cars on the street as a street car, I prefer the manual just because it's more engaging and it's fun. The, you know, the clutch efforts aren't out of the world. The shift efforts are fine. It's just a really nice, fun package to drive every day. And, you know, what are we doing? We're a car company. We're evolving the Hellcat. And now we've got the wide body with more tire on it, more modern tires, and more grip. You know, the car still goes 195 miles an hour, and it's just a fun, you know, this car is just so much fun to drive every day, and it's accessible, right?
Yeah, exactly.
A person with,
maybe, I mean, like, I don't know, you're gonna take it as a compliment or not, but like, I mean, obviously that technology, the engineering, like, it's amazing, but the pricing is even more amazing, I think, because I mean, it's like about 85,000. This the wide body, around
the wide body, yeah,
and like, it's like a lot of car for that kind of money. I mean, the ratio of horsepower and performance per dollar is incredible.
Well, and you can also just drive it every day and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not so special. You get a dent in the fender, you fix it, you wreck it, we'll make another one. You know, that's the thing that I think is a shame to treat these cars as like they're museum pieces. These we want these cars
to be driven
and enjoy it while it's out. You know, living this time frame, right? Living 2017, 2018.
we
were driving Hellcats. It was a fabulous time in our lives.
Excellent,
you know?
yeah. Well, we're gonna go now to the drag strip here, and I understand that you used to drive here a few years ago, right?
Well, road racing here, yeah, absolutely. And then for NHRA, there's always a huge national event here on Labor Day weekend. At the drag strip.
Well, thank you very much for your time and for letting us enjoying your cars here in Indianapolis. Again, like the perfect place to experience Dodge SRT. Both on the street. Oh, we don't want to. We don't want to have an accident before getting to the drag strip. Well, thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you.
Pleasure.